Hey guys, how we doing today? Just was sitting here having a little bit of reflection time. Number one leadership author in the world, John Maxwell, says you got to have a place to think, to recharge your batteries. Um, right now, my wife and I are on a mission to build a life for ourselves, not to just live life, but engineer it. And so, I created this little space right here in my very own backyard, which is my little private oasis. It's small, but it's it's quiet and gives me a little taste of what it would be like to sit here in my lounge chair and picture myself on a beach somewhere. But it also gives me the opportunity to just sit and reflect. I've been thinking about association and just how incredibly important association is. A lot of success books and things like that will talk about, show me your 5 closest relationships and I'll show you your future. And so, in the last year and a half, it's been a huge focus for Sarah and I to really determine what it is, one, that we want our life to look like, what is the outcomes that we're kind of trying to create, and then also, who do we know and who can we get around that not only have those outcomes but are willing to show us the path to get there. I think about as kids, we grow up and we're not really taught how to choose our friends. We just, we go to school or we go to some function or some activity or sports or whatever, and we just kind of hope that somebody likes us or, that we're welcomed. And the first person to say hello is like, well, you're my new best friend because you weren't mean to me. We don't know anything about their values or their character, and we just decide like, okay, well, we're talking now, so we must be friends. And as a parent, you start to see that stuff, and you think about, okay, with your kids, if little Tommy is one of those kids that swears and does this and that you don't really want your kids to do, well, what's the first thing you do? You say, hey, yeah, you're not going to hang out with Tommy anymore. Well, why? Well, because Tommy is a bad influence. He's a negative influence on our children. And we want our children to be influenced by positivity and good things, right? So why don't we do that as adults? We have to focus on the same thing of realize that if there's negativity in our life, even if it's friends and family, if we're out there, we're chasing our dreams and your friends and family are they're not believers. They're part of the naysayers, or maybe they don't, maybe it's not specific to your dream and your goals, but they are just negative. They're not dreaming anymore. The 9 to 5, the daily routine has taken the dream out of them and stole their dreams. Well, guess what? They are not adding to your life. And one of the biggest things that I've seen as far as success goes is not really about addition, it's about subtraction. You have to cut out the negativity in your life. You have to cut out the distractions. Life is full of distraction, whether it's through TV, social media, the news, video games, sports, whatever. Anything we can do to take our mind off of the fact that maybe we're not winning in our own life. So we want to feel like we're a part of something, so we're rooting for our favorite team, we're rooting for whatever it is to feel like we're winning again. In reality, we're just distracted and we're not focused on our goals and our dreams and our aspirations and the things that we once thought we were going to do with our life. So association is huge, because what happens when you are in the daily grind of the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, paycheck to paycheck, you quit dreaming. A lot of people start to, instead of increasing their income to fit the size of their dreams, they start to think, well, it's just not possible, so I'm gonna shrink my dreams down to the size of my income. And then, well, you die inside, or you live a life of mediocrity. And that just wasn't going to be me. Wasn't going to be me. So what I did was get around people that dream big. Because what happens is you start to dream big. You are a product of your association. So if you don't have a good dream, you don't have a big dream, you don't know what you want for your life, get around people that are positive, get around people that have big dreams and are willing to do life with you. They're not going to do it for you. You got to do the work, but they're willing to do life with you, and they're willing to push you and encourage you and say, hey man, you're on the right path. I've been there before. I've gone through this. I've navigated this, and they can normalize it for you. But anyway, association, huge, absolutely huge. Cut out the negativity and get into the positive. Be light and be a light.